Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid al-Zayani, participated in a panel discussion organized by the U.S. Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C. In the presence of Bahrain's ambassador to the U.S., Sheikh Abdullah bin Rashid Al Khalifa, they discussed the friendship and strategic partnership between the two friendly countries. They also exchanged views on the conflicts in the region and their implications on international peace and security, in addition to the regional and international efforts aimed at reducing tension and escalation, promoting coexistence and tolerance, and establishing peace, stability and prosperity in the region. The minister noted the important outcomes and initiatives of the Arab Summit held in Bahrain that reflected the keenness of Arab leaders to establish peace, stability, development and joint cooperation. He stressed the importance of connected efforts by the international community to end all conflicts in the Middle East. The minister affirmed the Palestinian cause is the basis of the conflict in the region. The minister called for an end to the war in the Gaza Strip and a ceasefire, the release of the hostages and detainees, and the uninterrupted delivery of humanitarian aid to the civilian population. The Bahrain Space Agency has announced the latest updates on the initial operation phase of the Al satellite. The technical team confirmed receiving the signals from the satellite after it reached its designated orbit, where several signals were received by the ground station. More in this report.
In a new achievement that reflects the Kingdom of Bahrain's ambition in the space sector, the Bahrain Space Agency announced the success of the Al satellite in reaching its designated orbit and beginning the initial operational phase. This achievement is part of Bahrain's vision to enhance its space capabilities and utilize modern technology to support sustainable development. Al was launched on March 15 from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in the United States on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket as part of an international mission that carried a number of industrial satellites. The technical team confirmed receiving the first signals from the satellite, which showed its complete stabilization and the functioning of its basic systems within the specified technical ranges. The chief executive of the Bahrain Space Agency said that Al represents a major national achievement and reflects Bahrain's development in the field of space, emphasizing that the success of this phase paves the way for a new phase of space innovation. The Al project manager explained that the initial tests focus on power, communication and control systems to ensure the efficient operation of the satellite. The Bahrain Space Agency continues implementing the operational plan according to the highest engineering standards in preparation for the full operational phase.
And in Arab and international news, public demonstrations in Egypt following Eid al-Fitr prayers reinforce Cairo's official stance against the plan to displace the Palestinian people from their land, as crowded squares turned into demonstrations against the military escalation on the Gaza Strip. Egypt's State Information Service was keen to point out that these crowds, that included millions of people, reaffirmed the Egyptian stance towards the Palestinian cause and the decisive positions adopted and announced by its political leadership since the start of the escalation on Gaza. U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he may visit Saudi Arabia in April and that the trip will also include other countries such as Qatar, possibly the UAE. According to Reuters, Trump told reporters in the Oval Office that the visit could be in April or perhaps a little later. The trip would be Trump's first tour abroad since returning to power. The United States launched new airstrikes on a Yemeni island in the Red Sea controlled by Houthi militias. According to local sources, at least 2 airstrikes targeted Kamran Island, which belongs to the coastal governorate of Hodaydah in western Yemen. In the same context, U.S. President Donald Trump said that the attacks on the Houthis will continue until they no longer pose a threat to the freedom of navigation. In an online post, Trump added that the choice before the Houthis is clear, which is to stop firing on American ships, and the firing on the Houthis will be stopped, stressing that the previous bombing is only the beginning and the real pain is yet to come. The death toll from the military escalation in the Gaza Strip has surpassed 1,000 since the truce broke down 2 weeks ago. According to a statement by the Palestinian Ministry of Health, the total number of people killed in the Gaza Strip since October 2023 has risen to more than 50,000, coinciding with new evacuation orders for Palestinians in Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip. A temporary truce of between 40 to 50 days has been proposed in Gaza in exchange for the release of about half of the remaining Israeli prisoners. The United Nations Children's Fund, the UNICEF, announced that at least 322 children have been killed in 10 days in the Gaza Strip since the resumption of the military escalation after a 2-month truce. In a statement, the UNICEF said that the collapse of the ceasefire and the resumption of the escalation killed at least 322 children and injured 609 others. It said that most of these children were displaced people who took refuge in makeshift tents or damaged housing. The UNICEF noted that these numbers include children who were killed or injured as a result of targeting the emergency department of Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. The head of the United Nations mission in Libya, Hannah Teta, called on political leaders, institutions and authorities to work hard and be inspired by the spirit of Eid al-Fitr to promote peace, stability and prosperity in the country. She said their meetings with Libyans from across the country highlighted the heightened concerns about the political stalemate and economic hardships faced by many. She called to mind those who are spending Eid away from their homes and families due to forced displacement, arbitrary arrest or illegal detention, and urged the authorities to uphold human rights values, which are the cornerstone of building trust, promoting reconciliation and ensuring an inclusive society that reflects the aspirations of all Libyans. The Kingdom of Bahrain continues to celebrate Eid al-Fitr amidst an atmosphere of joy and cheerfulness across the country. Various regions witnessed outstanding events and family gatherings to celebrate the occasion. Malls and public parks also witnessed a large turnout of families who came out to celebrate and exchange congratulations on the occasion. During the 3 days of Eid, Bahraini families show hospitality to each other and distribute gifts, especially to children, which strengthens social ties among the community.